1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good afternoon to you, Jeff, and all the viewers from sunny and hot Barcelona. I can't even tell you how excited I am to be back in action for the knockout stage, for the FIBA World Cup. For the group stage behind us, I'll be looking at.
Hello and welcome to Barcelona. This is day 7 of the FIBA Basketball World Cup in the round of 16 game between the United States of America and Mexico. Inside the Palau San Jordi, the Mexican fans, the USA fans piling into the arena here. The James Harden fans getting ready to watch what we expect to be a real spectacle here in Barcelona. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by George Zedek, and this is the schedule for today. Just 2 games today, George.
Oh yeah. Good afternoon to you, Jeff, and all the viewers from sunny and hot Barcelona. I can't even tell you how excited I am to be back in action for the knockout stage of the FIBA World Cup. With the group stage behind us, I'll be looking for mental shift in attitudes for all the remaining teams. The margin for error will be a lot smaller now when you face elimination in case of defeat. I expect all the teams to bring out their best and sharpest in these games. There's absolutely no reason for anybody to save anything. It's do or die time. The winners will stay for another game. Losers will scramble to get on their flights home.
Well, either the USA or Mexico will be moving on into the quarterfinals, and then, of course, the game later today here in Barcelona, the Dominican Republic and Slovenia will square off. USA, well, they've swept all before them so far in Bilbao, winning 5 games, and they'll be the favorites today.
No question about that. Team USA has been solid, but we all expected that. Coach Mike Krzyzewski has done the same lineup in all 5 games. It is difficult to single out the most important player for the Americans when you have 7 players averaging over 9 points per game. It can be said that fan favorite in Bilbao was Kenneth Farid. The US power forward has provided incredible energy to his team every moment he spent on the floor. Watch him block some shots, get tough rebounds, and run the floor hard. He often finishes in very spectacular fashion with alley-oop dunks or tip-in dunks. That's why he was the fan favorite right there. His nickname is Manable. And Jeff, once again, I'll be looking for him to play just like that.
Well, we're going to have the introduction of the lineups. You're watching the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup. And Mexico getting ready to take on the United States. The Mexican team is, you've mentioned some of the players already, George. Gustavo Ayllón stands out really tall for them.
Exactly. When you speak of Mexico, you must start with their center, Gustavo Ayllón. He has been a force to be reckoned with, making good things happen. He leads Mexico both in scoring and rebounding. Ayllón's double-double against Angola in the group stage was crucial to get his team going, get him the first win of the tournament. Ayllón has confidence of his teammates. A lot of prospects are ran for him. When he receives the ball around the block, he goes to work immediately, either to score or to create for his teammates with a pass out. Also, watch for him on the fast break. He is fast and he can fill the lanes.
Well, for the United States, they've had a lot of players that have stood out at different times, and you spoke about you already spoke about Farid, Kenneth Farid being an outstanding player. Klay Thompson Stephen Curry from the outside, Derrick Rose. We're not sure that we've seen the best of him yet offensively. But Coach K says, Coach Mike Krzyzewski says he's been his best on-the-ball defender.
A total team effort there for Team United States. What I like about them the most, it is their ability to shoot from the outside. That's why they are so dangerous.
So we're going to have the playing of the national anthems now for both teams. Mexico first, and then the United States. Mexico, and now we're going to hear the United States of America. National anthem of the United States. International basketball, the players greet at midcourt, exchange badges and gifts and handshakes or hats, and they head back to their benches. Make the last minute
from
preparation.
And Mr. Carlos Julio from Angola. The FIBA Commissioner.
Hello everybody and welcome to Barcelona for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And Anthony Davis.
5 of the game. The official game
Well, I think it is clear that Coach
will now be
Krzyzewski has done
taken onto the
an
court.
excellent job of coaching because he has set up his rotation of 7, 8 men. They are getting the majority of the minutes. And I think that the other players have accepted their role fairly well. I will be really looking at Team United States to start everything with their defense, as you just mentioned a moment ago. They really like to pressure the ball, cause turnovers, and then go for easy basket. We have seen in the tournament them just being very efficient in this category. They are the only team in the tournament that are averaging over 100 points. So they like to get it going. They like to go there for the easy baskets.
Mexico will play a lot of man-to-man defense themselves.
That's what we've been seeing in the tournament. They don't try to do anything fancy with their defense. They don't like to combine defenses like they would switch between man-to-man defense, zone defense. No, they go with a simple man-to-man. A few times they have gone in there. Zone defense. This is the main matchup right here at the center spot. Anthony Davis versus Gustavo Ayllón. They are so important for both of the teams. Anthony Davis is such a superb athlete with an incredible wingspan. He can score in variety of ways. Anthony Davis can score on the fast break. He is extremely difficult to be kept off the offensive rebound, but he can also go one-on-one from the block. Face in the basket, back in the basket. Makes things happen there for Mexico. After he receives the ball, he tries to score, but he's very smart. He doesn't force it. If there's a double team, he's going to throw it out to the shooters. And Mexico has been very effective. They have been shooting over 40% from the three-point line.
Well, Sergio Vallejolos has put himself together a pretty good team here. You've got to understand, really, that Mexico were really nowhere on the international basketball radar before the 2013 FIBA American Championship. On the other hand, Mike Krzyzewski, there's continuity in this USA program. He's been in charge since 2006, and they've done really nothing but win since he's been there. They've lost one game. That was to Greece in the semifinals of the 2006 FIBA World Championship. Since then, it's been Olympic titles. They've got the one FIBA America's Championship title, and they've got the 2010 World title. Hello everybody, welcome to Barcelona, the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup. USA-Mexico round of 16 game is now underway, and as Kyrie Irving in the United States wearing the white and attacking the basket to the right of your screen. Harden passes out and ball intercepted, and Cruz, who has been very active for Mexico, gets it, misses the shot, somehow gets another opportunity and misses again.
Oh, those are two chances that you get, and as you said before, you have to play a perfect game against the United States.
Well, not a perfect start for the USA, but they come back immediately with Farid and get a basket down low.
Great interior passing between Davis and Farid.
Well, Cruz will be wondering how he missed both of those attempts the last time down. Here's Gutierrez. And Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Gutierrez can score from the outside, but he's been struggling in the tournament.
Hernandez, good help defense from Cruz, gets his hand and knocks it away from Farid. And Gutierrez has his shot blocked from Anthony Davis.
You gotta make it up stronger.
Irving quickly to the other end.
And this is what we talked about before. Get a block or get a steal, and USA is running. They are off to the races. That's what they like to do. 4-0, United States, Mexico.
Cruz up top, guarded by Irving now. And Cruz. Farid with the rebound.
Not a bad shot there for Mexico. Good look at the basket.
Farid gets it, floats in, throws off the back of the rim and the backboard. Now Cruz. This in the lane, brings it back out to Ayllón. Ayllón looks to set the pick, and Cruz floats in and finally gets one to go. I'll tell you what, he's as good as advertised. We expected good things from him, and he's playing with confidence.
He's been a big surprise there for the Mexican team. He averaged 35 minutes a game in the first 3 outings. Went down a little bit to 19 in the last 2.
Irving right at the line, and Ayllón with the rebound. Gutierrez.
He's going to settle things down, Jeff. I think the key against the United States is to manage the tempo of the game. You don't want to go and race with them. Just try to slow things down.
Well, number 5 for Mexico, Ramos misses.
That was a good quote by Ramos before this game. He said, hey, everybody's counting us out, but we are a bunch of warriors and we're going to be ready for this game.
Curry to Davis. Davis puts it on the floor. And Mexico will corral it. Harden now for 3. And again, another opportunity, and it's Fareed. 3 chances that time for USA.
It's just way too easy there. Kenneth Fareed got 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. And Coach Valdeolinos is looking at his players like, guys, this cannot happen. You just have to do your assignments on box out.
Offensive foul called on Gustavo Ayon.
That was a little movement there in the screen. I think the referee's been very consistent. This is the offensive rebound of the last possession by Kenneth Fareed. He just finishes it with ease. Nobody even challenged that shot right there. I mean, I would expect a little bit more hustle there from the Mexican squad.
Anthony Davis. Just under Harden. Curry in the corner. Count it!
Wide open. Hernandez was just way late coming out of Curry. He just needs a tiny opening and he's going to put up a shot. Excellent shooter.
So Stephen Curry really starting to come into his own now with this USA team, and Anthony Davis with the steal.
Whoa! That was a two-handed tomahawk. I mean, he was taking off from really far.
Quickly, Cruz for Mexico, and Harden gets the board.
And this is not looking good there for Mexico.
Foul sends Harden out of bounds.
Still intensity there when Anthony Davis shoves out there Gustavo Ayon after the foul.
Here's the look at Davis, a steal and flush.
He's an athlete. I mean, this team is loaded with athletes and talent, but Anthony Davis just really stands out. I mean, his body, I mean, he's lean. He can take off in a heartbeat, and he's just long. I mean, he creates so many problems there with all the physical aspects. And a soft touch, too.
From a physical standpoint, though, it doesn't look like Mexico are really being intimidated. They're just missing some shots. They made a couple of silly plays, and all of a sudden the game has kind of gotten away from them, trailing 14-2.
You spoke about it before. You have to play a perfect game against the United States. I thought in the group stage we saw Turkey playing a really good game against the United States, but only for 28 minutes. And in 12 minutes, when Turkey was not up to the challenge, immediately U.S. capitalized that by opening up a 20-point lead.
Well, Yon has yet to really get involved offensively. Here's Cruz. And 2 on the shot clock. Gutierrez has to put it up. He does just in time, and it's a 3-pointer.
He's a good shooter. I mean, he can score from really long out there.
Well, maybe that's the answer. Scramble, get a shot off right before the buzzer. And Curry's pass batted, but a foul call.
Gutierrez is logged in 33 minutes worth of Lithuania. I mean, he averages 26 minutes per game, so you know a lot of things will go through him.
Curry now from the other corner, and Ramos with an authoritative rebound.
I'm surprised that Mexico doesn't even look, or even try to look for any fast break.
And the follow by Ramos.
Good job by Ramos. He really was not intimidated by the presence of Anthony Davis right around the basket. Just squeezed it right through him. This is isolation right there for Davis. Not a bad defense by Ayon. He knew he was beat, but he just stayed down on the floor.
Of course, he used to play for the Pelicans. You will know Anthony Davis. Gutierrez. Inside, and Gustavo Ayon, Mexico.
That's what Mexico needs. They need to control Gustavo Ayon. He said before, he leads them in points and rebounding. So anytime he gets going, it's a big help.
Now Curry, his pass batted out of bounds by Ayon with 15 on the shot clock.
Well, we said before that we expected Mexico that they were going to play man-to-man defense, but actually now they switch to zone defense. With Gustavo Ayon in the center trying to shroud the spotter on the basket.
Curry, go! But you can't play it zone. This is not good there for Mexico because
I assume that they will have to switch back to man-to-man defense.
Backs up Davis. Fouled. Say it.
Well, he takes it strong though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he takes it strong, and these Mexican players, they look relaxed.
Is first. Substitution for the USA. Into the game is number 12, DeMarcus Cousins, replacing Anthony Davis.
Not necessarily on that play, but the one before.
It's down to 7-point lead for the United States. Mexico is starting to establish itself at least a little bit.
Ramos, good!
Look at that. I mean, that was a simple play. Just a step back from the screen from Ayon, and all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game.
Ayon is really in there banging bodies with Cousins, who's come into the game. Irving hits the three, and it's no good. The three goes in.
There was absolutely no box out there from Hernandez. He completely missed it. I mean, if you gave him a popcorn, he would have been just watching Marie tipping it in. Foul there. Mexico's going to have one team foul to give, so they slow down the fast break, and it's going to be out of bounds. And I tell you what, I mean, if Mexico started a little bit sharper, here we see the box out. We see Hernandez completely doesn't do his job of boxing out. This is the cardinal rule of zone defense. You just need to box somebody out after the shot is taken.
Into the game for the USA, Klay Thompson. Derrick Rose and Rudy Gay, replacing Kyrie Irving, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Reed. And for Mexico, into the game.
Derrick Rose in for USA, and he doesn't waste any time. He puts up a jumper. Gay in. So, both teams freshening things up a little bit.
Paul Stoll's going to take care of the playmaking duties there for Mexico. He's their leading man in assists with 3 per game.
The big fella for Mexico, Hernandez, stepping outside.
Hernandez is capable shooter. Get this, he has 6 3-pointers against Angola.
Well, this man's capable of shooting it. Rudy Gay, and he's off target.
What a difficult job there for Gustavo Ayon against Cousins. I mean, such a big body with DeMarcus Cousins. He doesn't like to get boxed out or pushed out of the lane. He's so good at creating space when the shot is taken. That was a lot of banging there.
Personal foul called on DeMarcus Cousins.
Right now, we are seeing a level of physicality against the USA.
I think this clearly goes with the stage. I think that USA has really picked up their defense from last game that they played in Bilbao at the group stage.
Gustavo Ayon gets it up under and draws the foul on Cousins.
That's a very crafty move there by Gustavo Ayon. He just goes underneath Cousins, who fouls him. Look at that right here. I mean, that's an explosive move, but at the end, Cousins in a good position. And Ayon was just able to sweep it underneath him and draw the foul. Great move by him.
Gustavo Ayon walks all the way out to midcourt.
Gustavo Ayon,
serious shoulder injury that at one point when it first happened, he didn't think he'd be able to play, but he's rehabbed, he joined the national team for training, and as the summer wore on, he got stronger and stronger, and now here he is.
This has been a little bit of an issue, what you just said about Gustavo Ayon in his career, that he has been injured quite a bit, some nagging injuries. So let's hope everything will be fine with him. He's been looking very impressive in the opening minutes of the game, outside of the free throw shooting, because he just did not connect on any of the free throws that he shot.
Hard to penetrate and reach the foul.
And how good is James Harden just increasing the speed when he feels the contact, just immediately throwing the foul. He puts the ball up. Look at that right here. He's so aggressive on the drive.
And crucially, they've given that foul to a Young.
James Harden, 2 free throws.
That is a very disappointing news there for Coach Valdeomios.
Maybe he's going to have to sit him down, but he's irreplaceable.
I mean, we said it before. He had some foul trouble there in the group stage, and it was extremely difficult for Mexico to maintain the same level of intensity and play with him on the bench.
Substitution for USA. Into the game, Stephen Curry replacing James Harden.
For 8, each for 6 points, leading the way. The Hearts now has 4. Ione up top. Passes outside there, Hernandez. And Klay Thompson.
Ione likes to look for Hernandez, who's a big man, but he's an excellent shooter.
Thompson!
That was an easy shot right there for Klay Thompson. It was a fast break finish with that 3-pointer. But he looks for that.
Klay Thompson.
The active hands. 10 on the shot clock. USA with their biggest lead of the game, 12 points. Cruz. Cruz is not shooting very well. Derrick Rose puts the ball out of bounds.
It was a little bit of a careless mistake on the part of Derrick Rose, and we have not seen that in the group stage. This is Klay Thompson and his 3-pointer. He just stepped through it. I mean, he was going down the floor with a lot of confidence. Went up for the shot.
Estamos bien, los tiros son tiros claros, podemos tirar tiros con confianza, son tiros, estáis sacando tiros librados, tranquilo. Perdón. Vamos a
Valdeomios speaking to his players now, trying to calm them down. You know, at times they've had some good passages of play, but overall it's been pretty difficult for Mexico here. You see the fast break points. That's an indication right there that USA are getting some easy buckets.
Oh, absolutely, and we said it before that the United States likes to look for easy baskets on a fast break. That has been the key in the tournament play so far. Just forcing the turnover and go look for easy basket on the fast break. Right now we have Stephen Curry there with 6 points, as well as Kenneth Farid, who's got also 5 rebounds to go along with that. For the Mexican side, it's Ramos with 4 points and 3 rebounds.
Well, Paul Stoll bringing the ball up the floor. Gustavo Ione now, he has the 2 fouls. Final minute of the first quarter here. Mexico trying to get something going. Ione feels Cousins. Oh, nice move from Ione, and the ball went in and stayed out. Stoll tried to get the steal, and then Cousins travels as he tries to get out of the way.
Oh, did you see the fake by Gustavo Ione? What a body fake right there. DeMarcus Cousins just completely went for that one.
But I think that Cousins is playing with a lot of intensity today, because he was a few times overplaying the lane.
But they get it. Pass it back outside to Cruz. And he puts up a runner. And right now, that rim's not too kind to Mexico. Cruz follows.
This is what you like to see if you're Mexican coach, because there was a follow-up right there. Offensive rebound for Mexico at 2 points. 23-13.
The final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Mexico will try to give themselves a lift with a stop, and Ione gets the block, but Rose sticks with it. And we've seen here Gustavo Leon, you can understand why he's played in the NBA. But the United States, here's the block from Leon. Rose stayed with it.
Very long arms. Gustavo Leon. Great reaction and movement of the feet.
23-13, USA on top at the end of one.
No podemos filtrar tiros de esa.
Looking at the stats at the moment, Mexico is not shooting the ball well from three-point land. We said before for the tournament they were averaging over 40%. United States dominant on the boards. I think it's especially in the opening moments when Mexico was looking lackadaisical. So at the moments it's 15 rebounds for the United States, only 10 for Mexico.
There you see it, 23-13, USA on top of Mexico.
Tough start for Mexico in the game when they fell behind by 7 points. They have woken up and picked up their intensity a lot, considerably in the 8 minutes of the first quarter. Let's see what they can do in the second.
Stoll's three-pointer was missed, but the long rebound keeps the ball in Mexico's hands. Martinez checked in, number 6. There's Stoll to Martinez, and the left-hander puts up a three. And boy, how many shots have they had rim out?
I mean, you can tell that they really rely on the outside shooting and a three-pointer. So if they should be more successful against USA, they need to start hitting.
Curry gives it to Anthony Davis.
That was a simple two-man game, just absolutely no help side defense coming whatsoever. And Gustavo Ayo just has to stay on the floor there with 2 fouls at the moment. That's a little bit of a risky move from Coach Valdeomios.
Stoll goes in, back outside to Gustavo Leon, thought about it. Now he's going to put it on the floor, he's going to spin, he's going to put it up, and it's a good shot.
I mean, he is absolutely not intimidated by the U.S. centers. He's taking it hard at them, and he's being very aggressive. I like what I see from him.
Klay Thompson, and Stoll now. Brings it up, no look, pass to Gustavo Leon for the two-handed jam.
What a jam right there by Gustavo Leon on the fast break. I said before, watch out for him on the fast break. He can run.
Curry from the arc, good.
Immediately calms everything down. Stephon Curry, this is the 3rd three-pointer in the game today. 9 points for him.
Martinez out, and Stoll, the point guard, has his pockets picked, and it ends up with an easy layup for Klay Thompson.
Good play on defense by Stephon Curry. He pushes the ball down the court, passes off to his teammate from Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson, who finishes the layup.
And if you're Paul Stoll, you simply can't have that type of turnover as a point guard.
Oh, that's a killer against a team like the United States.
Gustavo Leon backs up Davis again and under. I'll tell you what, there's no question about it. He plays at the highest level.
I mean, he's a free agent at the moment after completing last season with Atlanta Hawks, and he's making a big-time name for himself at the World Cup.
Anthony Davis Anthony Davis puts up the air ball.
And that's a very smart defense again by Ion. He just keeps his position, stays between the shooter and the basket, puts his hand up because he knows he is not going to block Davis's shot.
Here's another look at Ion on offense.
But did you see how he steps through? That's a long, explosive step, and Anthony Davis was there ready to challenge the shot. Hell of a move there by Ion.
There was actually a lot of speculation that Barcelona were interested in him. He had played at Fuenlabrada in Madrid before going to the NBA. But Ion says that there is no interest from Barcelona. Here's Ion, he gets in, and this time he gets the block, but he goes right back at Davis and travels.
And he's still tough. I mean, you get a shot block, he recovered the block and immediately went at 2 defenders actually. Maybe got a little bit out of position and balance on that situation. He was surrounded by 2 players, so it could have been a pass out.
Klay Thompson over to Curry for 3, and Stoll, no white shirts under the boards that time.
Yeah, but I think that Hernandez is going to do a better job covering Curry.
Martinez, he misses.
You playing with fire if you're leaving Stephon Curry so open like we saw in the last possession.
Thompson works his way in on the baseline. Good.
And this is his game. I mean, he is so silent, doesn't show any emotion, but you have to respect his 3-pointer. So he faked out his defender, put 1 dribble in, and made a nice medium range jump. Look at it right here. It's kind of a floater, but with his soft hands and the touch, very effective shot.
Well, Coach Mike Krzyzewski likes it. We've got a timeout on the floor as the USA leading it 32-19.
All we're doing is one guy shooting and that's it. Keep moving. Cuando hemos fallado un tiro en el balance defensivo tenemos que estar más agresivos, chicos. En la organización en zona estamos bien, pero cuando está jugando un pick and roll no lo estamos defendiendo bien. Y cuando estamos hombre a hombre. Entonces vamos a comunicarlo bien. No. Y sobre todo están llegando, jugando un pick con balón a la continuación. ¡Vamos!
Well, George,
Jugamos mano cabeza.
the sense of desperation is there for Mexico, but they just believe they're not really executing.
And they said it before in the group stage. Just what the frustration of the players after the games against the European team against Lithuania and Slovenia when they lost mightily. They said we just cannot put together 40 quality minutes, and we need to do it in this tournament. We have just way too many lapses.
Gutierrez is back in the game, along with Mendez, both in the backcourt. Ion remains in the game with the 2 fouls. And a foul against Martinez.
And that's a costly mistake right there. How about Gustavo Ion? I mean, is he going to stay on the floor for 40 minutes? He picked up 2 fouls, as we said before, in the first quarter, but he is not thinking about coming out, and Coach Valdeomios is not thinking about taking him out.
Adam Parada, meanwhile, has come in. He's playing inside on Anthony Davis.
He's a role player, but he's been able to convert on 58% of the field goals.
And there Ion, they're in a zone, in fact. Ion gets his hand on that ball, knocks it out of bounds.
But I don't know if you agree with me, but it seems to me that only Gustavo Ion is just really animated there on defense. He's directing the traffic and just being active with his hands and feet. The other players just don't seem to pick on this up.
Marco Ramos back in as well, as long as James Harden. And interception from Davis into the hands of Ion.
A little bit of trouble there for Anthony Davis to read his own defense.
Gutierrez, Hernandez.
Out of bounds, USA possession remains.
New Orleans gave up on Ion. They traded him. And I'm sure he'd like to come out and show Monty Williams what he can do. He's the coach of New Orleans.
Well, he's having a superb game with 8 points at the moment.
And the jumper off target from Mendez.
Absolutely nothing is going on from the outside from the Mexicans. 1 for 6 from the 3.
Harden, meanwhile, hits a three-pointer.
That was nothing but a net. Again by James Harden. And this is what USA needs to do. They need to open up and punish the zone defense by the outside shooting, because on that possession before, Anthony Davis just didn't do a good job of reading the zone defense from the inside.
Meanwhile, another basket for Mexico. That gets back to 14.
But the Mexico stays with zone defense. Let's see if they can be a little bit more active and quicker. That was a tough shot by James Harden and a good defense by Gutierrez. He stayed in front of him.
Ramos hands it off to Mendez. Parada sets the pick. Mendez for 3.
That was a long and tough three-pointer.
And a foul beforehand on Ramos.
I questioned the selection right there by Mendez. I thought it was a very quick three-pointer. I mean, I think that you need to make United States play some defense. It was a very quick shot taken.
That was the foul of Gutierrez, in fact, for the reach. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. And the ball fumbled, but Fareed gets it back, puts up a jumper. Pass out to Mendez. We haven't really seen Fareed's perimeter game. He can shoot it. But for this team, he's more of the guy, the lunch pail guy, the hard hat. Mendez back out to Ayon. That's going to be short.
He was well challenged there by Fareed.
I'm not sure that was plan A. Irving. Over to Anthony Davis. Parada. And Fareed. That's his game right there.
Ooh.
And Davis, unsuccessful.
That was way over the rim. Did you see Anthony Davis just looming with almost his whole arm above the rim?
Well, the hustle and the travel. Hold on Irving.
He got the ball, but he was getting up as he recovered the ball and picked it up. Look at that one more time right here. Good hustle play there by both players. And you cannot do that. You cannot do it. You just cannot get up.
Mexico, Francisco Cruz, replacing number 13.
Cruz is back in. And Mendez comes back out of the game. Harden playing some tough D out there on Ramos. And Fareed tried to get the steal. Ayon gets inside, but Parada can't hold on to it. Now, Curry. Curry. Into the lane. Back out it goes to Irving. Irving. And tough shot for him, but Fareed is there, and Fareed scores.
And this is what Kenneth Fareed does for his team. He gets all the scrappy points. If there's a ball bouncing around the rim, watch out for Kenneth Fareed to try his best to get that.
Back to a 16-point advantage. Cruz.
Hanging in the air, Francisco Cruz. I'm looking at his stats, and that's actually amazing for the guy his size. He's shooting 54% from the 2 and only 30 from the 3, and he's a good shooter.
Curry off the back of the rim. Cruz gets it up to midcourt. And they fall asleep with the quick hands of Harden. Get ready for this.
There's James Harden. I think he's shown a lot of leadership if you compare it to the last time that he was playing with the national team. He's more subdued, more team-oriented. He doesn't try to pick up too much scoring. Just likes to lead the team by example on defense and offensively with the pass.
Three on the shot clock. Cruz over to Gustavo Ayon, and he banks it in. So we've seen another wrinkle to his game using the glass.
Well, that's good basketball. Two-man game. Gustavo Ayon was open for a mid-range jumper. Just kisses it off the glass.
And Fareed didn't time his jump right that time.
Well, that was a pass from Harden, I think. He just hit the rim right there.
Okay. Mexico with a chance to get closer. And foul called before the shot.
Foul is called on Kyrie. First personal foul. Substitution for both teams.
Here's another look at Harden. He just takes it all the way.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, I'm looking at the stats and I'm fairly impressed with Mexico that they are just staying chest to chest with scoring in the paint with the United States. It's 18 points in the paint for US and 16 for Mexico. I mean, Gustavo Ayón is a huge part of their success, but you know, they really came out hard and scrappy.
If they could somehow get this thing down to 10 points before halftime, that would be a real lift for Mexico. Derrick Rose back in for the USA with Gay and also Klay Thompson. Leon, shot clock is going to expire. And Mexico don't do a good job on that set.
I don't know if Gustavo Ayón knew that the shot clock was winding down. He didn't seem like it. First one of his teammates just cut off of him, I think it was Cruz. And then Gustavo Ayón was just taking his time.
Derrick Rose, the no look to Klay Thompson. Ramos got that rebound and handed off to Cruz, and then he gets it back! And traveling is the call.
Traveling call.
It was travel. Ramos took just an extra step. Look at it one more time. 1, 2, 3. That was the fourth one. You cannot do that. Good call by the referees. Got maybe a little bit too excited on the fast break.
And they're punished. The other man. The three. That's a 5-point swing.
I mean, if James Harden starts shooting from the outside like that, he is spectacular because his drive is always working. He draws so many fouls on his drives.
Cruz trapped in the corner, passes out. Gutierrez, or rather Mendez, saves it, passes back to Ayón. A tough shot for Ayón. He's got 12 points. See nothing but quality from him on offense.
But he has created all those 12 points for himself almost. I mean, there's been one-on-one situations. Sure, there was a pick and roll situation when the ball was dropped down for an easy finish. But at least 10 of those points, I mean, what a job there by Gustavo Ayón. He's been looking very impressive.
Timeout, USA on top by 15.
I think if Mexico wants to think about getting back into this game and they are down by 15 at the moment, they just really have to find a way to score from 3. It's 1 for 7 at the moment, and we said it before and I'll repeat it one
Pero
more time.
estamos agresivos, saltamos que le retrasamos. Quedan 13 segundos. Y cerramos atentos. Si hay cambios que en el tiro, que lo vamos a defender bien, no hay opción de palmeo en el rebote ofensivo. ¿Está claro? Pero los cambios que lo hagamos agresivos en línea de pase. ¿De acuerdo?
Some big bodies have been seen with Marcus Cousins. You saw it right here. He's so capable of changing direction and then just exploding to the jump shot. It's unbelievable. It's one of the best players that I've seen in the whole tournament in this aspect.
Well, Sombrero has made it inside the arena. Mexico Sombrero.
Ayón finally gets some rest with a very short time remaining there.
Doesn't want to pick up that third foul. He's got 2. The final 10 seconds here of the first half. Klay Thompson, Mexico with a foul or 2 to give, so don't be surprised to see him burn a couple more. Mesa's going to come in for Martinez.
Well, it's only a second team foul, so really if the Mexicans are focused, they should not allow United States to get into a shooting position.
Entry pass now, Harden, that's an easy look for him. And Cruz, I don't think he got it off in time. So the United States, they have encountered tough and determined Mexican team, a team that has not really capitalized on some of its opportunities. And they lead it 42-27 over Mexico.
I think that Gustavo Ayón has been just too alone.
Well, it's halftime. It's the USA on top by 15 against Mexico in the round of 16.
Boy, two stats are really standing out there for Mexico. 14% from the three and 0 for 2 from free throws. So they have not scored a free throw in a game.
And really, they've done okay on the boards. It's just their inability to put the ball in the basket and some untimely turnovers.
And up to 10 in 15 minutes. I thought when I was looking at the stat sheet, they were hovering on 5 or 6, but unfortunately now up to 10. Look at the scores. James Harden with 12 points, and Gustavo Ayala also with 12 points as the high scores.
USA with 14 points off of those 10 Mexican turnovers. Just 2 points off the USA turnovers for Mexico. It's 42-27, the USA on top here in the round of 16 at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, it's halftime. It's 42-27. The USA on top of Mexico. Who's impressed you so far, George?
Well, I think the defense of the United States has been a big part of the success so far, just forcing turnovers and scoring 10 easy points off the turnovers by Mexico. Can you talk?
Just say.
Block shot by Anthony Davis. And traveling call against. The steal that Two points for Anthony Davis. Foul is called on Jorge Gutierrez. Falta personal del número 7 de México, Jorge Gutiérrez.
Well, it's halftime here at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Barcelona. 42-37, the Mexican fans want their team to come from behind. They're trailing the United States. And this is a 24-team competition that has been whittled down to 16 teams. And without question, the United States, as the defending champions and with their star-studded roster, one of the favorites in this tournament. And Mexico obviously understood what they were up against before they came out here today, George. But they've, you know what, this is a process for Mexico, isn't it?
It is a process, and I thought it, especially in the first 2-3 minutes of the game, they were just not up to the challenge mentally. I mean, physically they tried, but I mean, I think they were just in awe from the star-studded lineup that the United States was sending against them. And if you look at the scoring sheet, only 4 players scored so far for Mexico. So I think if we go in line with your statement that you have to play a perfect game against the United States, I think that you just have to involve more players than 4.
I think you have to keep it into context, remembering that Mexico as a country haven't been in this position in more than 3 decades. So, you know, they have won the FIBA Americas Championship last year, a huge surprise. Basically, they were nowhere on the map, and here they are, one of the top 16 teams in the world.
I mean, that's what the players were talking about. They said that they understand it's been more than 40 years since they last time checked in the back then World Championship, but they were on the way. They are on the way up, as you said. They won the FIBA Americas Championship last year. They won the Central Basket before came here to the FIBA World Cup. So I think that they understand that they are on the way up, and this was a big chance for them just to show them against the defending champions in a good form.
And also the fact that they're going to be hosting next year's FIBA Americas Championship. So an opportunity to build some momentum towards next year. I mean, that's something to really look forward to for Mexican basketball fans and these Mexican players.
Absolutely. They said that just making it to the last 16 teams in the FIBA World Cup, this is a very bright day in the history of Mexican basketball. Let's see what they do in the second half. Let's not count them out, because they say, hey, we know that everybody's counting us out, but we're going to come out fighting and scrappy, and we're going to play some tough basketball. Let's hope they do that in the second half.
Here's Uncle Sam. He's one of the fans here in the Palau San Jordi. It's all business.
I think this is the man here, Hector Hernandez, that just needs to step it up. He's averaging over 11 points in the tournament, but he's been held scoreless so far. He has had some open looks, either from the 3 or even driving around the basket, but he has not been able to finish his shots.
(42-37), and USA will inbound the ball and attack the basket to the left. Harden has the team high 12 points, Curry with 9, Thompson with 7. They're getting a lot from the perimeter today. Kyrie Irving is guarded by Gutierrez with 7 on the shot clock, and a little bit of a miscommunication there. Gutierrez gets in and anticipates the block from Anthony Davis and throws it away. That's a gift. Curry, and an easy basket for the USA.
That was a costly turnover there by Gutierrez. I mean, but he felt the presence of Anthony Davis on his back. So the turnover leads to 2 easy points for USA.
I guess really the only thing you can do in that situation is take it back outside and set up the offense.
Just make a jump stop, and at least you can look around.
Cruz and Curry takes it away up to Harden, and traveling is Harden.
He splits the defense, but he just takes one step too many.
He looks over, he goes, I took 2 steps. Watch.
That was 3. He just kind of really shuffled his feet right there.
The traveling call obviously is called differently in the NBA, and it's one aspect of the game that USA struggled. And Coach Krzyzewski admitted that in the press conference. They're getting used to it. Maybe not struggle, but they're getting used to the way it's called. And the ball drives in and draws the foul. I have seen enough from Gustavo to realize that he has to play at the highest level. And when I say the highest level, he should either be in the NBA or he should be playing for a giant club in Europe.
I think he has made a huge name for himself here. Look at that, going against Anthony Davis. And if you ask me, I mean, this is the toughest shot blocker in a one-on-one situation that is here in the FIBA World Cup.
And you're talking about a player who's coming off of a shoulder operation in Lyon. So
that's a 3rd miss for him, though, from the free throw line. I mean, he's really struggled there.
yeah, he's let some opportunities go by the wayside. That's fine. Hernandez with the rebound. See some of the centers struggle with their free throw shooting. Omer Esser. Now Young's out on the perimeter. Davis again. He passes over to Cruz.
Again, a miss. That's a good setup there for Cruz from the corner, but the Mexican players just have not been able to knock it down.
Anthony Davis has the shot blocked. Now Ramos in the open floor. Gutierrez. Ayon pulls up short. And off of Fareed, but into the hands of Kyrie Irving. Irving over to Harden. Fareed. Or if he's anywhere close to that rebound, he's usually going to get it.
I mean, he just came from behind the defense, hustled for that ball.
Curry into Davis. And Fareed was trying to follow it up, but Mexico, another opportunity. Cruz, who plays in Mexico for Halcones Rojos. Leon backs up Harden and gets a little bit of help. Anthony Davis.
This time he didn't see him coming.
Curry for 3. Good!
That's a 4th three-pointer there for Stephen Curry. That means 4 for 7 for Stephen Curry. 57%. You take that?
Yeah, I'll take it anytime. It's in the lane, and Ayon with the follow, but misses.
I thought he could have come down with 2 hands with that rebound. Did Irving set up the offense? Again, Curry thinks about a 3-pointer. And it's good! Look at Stephen Curry. I mean, has he just stepped up the concentration in the knockout stage of the tournament?
He was looking at the referee wanting that foul. But USA now really starting to gain some separation here. 50-27. Gutierrez has the shot blocked. Hernandez gets it back, in it to Ayon, and he's blocked front by Harden. But the foul is on James Harden.
And it seems to me now that the United States, as the game progresses, just steps up their intensity. As you see here, the challenge, no easy baskets there for Ayon. Obviously, it's a good play. He didn't need any free throws. And this is Stephen Curry. I mean, he takes the contact right there and still is able to maintain his composure and knock down the shot. What a play by him.
Replacing Anthony Davis.
Let's see if Gustavo Ayon can collect himself and make something happen there from the free throw line.
So Davis checking out of the game and being replaced by Cousins. And Ayon finally gets a free throw to go down. Mexico just need to get some stops and make some baskets. You know, the USA aren't going to slow things down. So if they can get some stops. But the free throw line has been a nightmare for Gustavo Ayón today. Oh, behind the back pass to Farid, but he missed it.
I think even Farid was surprised by that pass because that was an easy shot.
Harden chases Gutierrez, who puts up the layup, and that's good.
That was a gutsy move by Gutierrez to challenge Cousins. Cousins just came off the bench, so he wasn't warmed up and up for the block. Look at that right here one more time. DeMarcus Cousins just a little bit too slow off the floor.
So Farid has sat down, and Rudy Gay has come into the game. Curry.
2 points, Stephen Curry.
He is really warming up. I mean, he's the high scorer there for the United States with 17 points, and he's been very effective.
Gustavo Ayón. Right at Cousins. Out to Cruz. Cruz trying to dribble around to get some space, but turns it over. Curry. Curry for three. Good!
I mean, he is just a scorer. That's a scorer's mentality right there. I saw him just coming down the floor. He was immediately thinking about that shot.
He's got 11 points in the third quarter. He's helped the USA blow this thing wide open. Ramos. Turns it back.
That was clear. There were just way too many snaps taken before Ramos took off for that attempted dunk by. Look at Stephen Curry. It seems easy, doesn't it, Jeff? I mean, look at the shooting form. It is just perfect.
He was actually, he was going to make the pass if it was there, but it wasn't there. Saw that it was open.
Well, that's a scorer's mentality. You give me an opening, I'm going to take it.
Thompson inside to Cousins.
That's the big body of Cousins. He just creates a lot of space there and was able to keep his defender on his back for a good angle.
Ramos over Hernandez. Hernandez.
2 points, number 13,
First 2 points there for Mendez. After a difficult floating shot.
Thompson short. Quick outlet pass to Gutierrez. And he floats, takes the contact with Gustavo Ayón there for the follow away.
He's up to his average, tournament average, 16 points for Gustavo Ayón. This is getting a little bit too easy there for the United States to score. I think that really Mexico needs to tighten up the defense.
Oh, beautiful pass away. Yo! And Ayón read that alley-oop pass, and unluckily for Mexico, selected. A great play from Cousins triggered that fast break for the USA.
I mean, this time he made sure on that shot it was going to be blocked. DeMarcus Cousins, he had a very good position there. One more time, just swats it away. Good with Marco Ramos. No way.
What a terrific replay. They show you Ramos. I mean, the only thing you can do in that situation is don't hit it.
Just draw the contact. Just go through it.
I suppose you could put it up higher up off the glass. Cousins gets the pump fake, and it's good.
He can really use his body well. I mean, he gets his defender off, leans into you, and then it's difficult to make any kind of defense.
Now 61-34. Backup point guard in. Gutierrez. Bumped by Thompson.
I like Guterres. He just really likes to penetrate, put the ball on the floor.
Clay Thompson.
At times that he's been effective at that.
Curry takes a seat. He's got 20 points. That's a game high for the USA. I would expect to see him get back out there as quickly as possible.
Well, I think it depends on how the score is going to develop there. I think that Krzyzewski is going to try to, again, if the game gets wide open, is going to try to distribute the minutes equally between his players. But don't forget, you got 12 stars that can just play on any other team.
8 on the shot clock. Mendez for 3.
And this has been the problem for Mexico. They just have not been able to hit the outside shot.
Goes to Gay, now to Thompson. I'll tell you, Thompson never met a shot he didn't like.
He puts it up in a hurry.
Rosen is in the game for USA. He's got DeMarcus.
Well, how about DeMar DeRozan? I mean, is he an athlete? I mean, we've seen him make some defensive plays or offensive dunks that just blow your mind. If he gets running and he gets an angle, he's an incredible athlete.
His third personal foul.
Puts up a 3. Parada with the rebound. Big set by Yon. He rolls. Parada though. Back out to Stoll. 10 on the shot clock. Gutierrez puts up the left-hander. Cousin wins the race to the ball. Cousins pass up to Thompson. Back to DeRozan.
He was looking for a spectacular play because he knows, Klay Thompson does, how DeMar DeRozan can finish the fast break if he gets on run. I look at Mexico, they are down to 10% from beyond the arc. That has really troubled them as compared to 40% in the tournament before this game.
Rudy Gay. And DeRozan basically has just
DeMarcus Cousins is just have to get him out of the paint. He's not the highest jumper, but if he gets a position on you, there's nothing you can do. Parada was just not able to move in one inch. Okay, right here. I mean, he was moving Parada away from the paint.
Yeah, he was. Even though Parada was hanging all over him.
He got a thumbs up from the cameraman. Did you see that?
Marcus Cousins with a free throw.
Seal of approval.
Still pretty equal there on the boards. 34 rebounds for United States and 30 for Mexico. This has been the bread and butter. Just go to Gustavo Ayon. Isolate him.
Stoll in the lane. Off 1 foot. Good.
2 points for.
That was a tough shot. I mean, he got a little bounce there off Derrick Rose. Was able to make it one-handed lean-in.
Gay. He decides to get inside.
And this is explosiveness of Rudy Gay. I mean, when he puts it down on the floor, he can just really explode to the basket. You know what I like about him? That he just comes off the bench and is very calm. I think he's happy with whatever minutes Coach Krzyzewski gives him. Because this is the second time for him on the national team, and he understands that there are just so many players and only so many minutes. It really doesn't make a big difference if this is the first time for you on the national team or not, for the United States.
Yeah, that's in the game as well for Mexico, number 10. There's pass to Ayon, and he finds some space and scores.
2 points for Gustavo Ayon.
16 points.
I tell you what, I mean, he can just go really away around the defense. I mean, you saw it on those back to the basket plays, and again, he was able to avoid the block.
Pretty much game clock and the shot clock are the same for the last 5 seconds.
And substitution for Mexico into the game is Lian Samoa.
And finally, Ayon's going to get some breather. He received 18 seconds of bench time in the first half.
throws it. He misses.
And at the end of the third quarter, the score is USA
68
66.
with 10 minutes remaining. They're closing in on a spot in the quarterfinals.
Señoras y señores, amb tots vostès, a banda de hip-hop, des de Barcelona, de reconeixement internacional, les Bromes Gros!
We have spoken a lot about the outside shooting of Mexico, which stands at 10% at the moment, but what's really standing out, what is not on the screen at the moment, are the points after turnovers. 21 points after turnovers for United States and only for Mexico. That really tells you that United States has put up the pressure defense and has been able to score after they caused the turnovers. This was a great three-point shot by Stephen Curry, who's been a great leader there for the United States. The high scorer with 20 points at the moment. Game high of 17 points, but he has been just too alone for the Mexican team, who's back to the World Cup, FIBA World Cup, after a long 40 years. And I think that if nothing close to a miracle happens, Jeff, those are going to be last 10 minutes for Mexico and here in Spain.
That's the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup. And the United States with a vice-like grip on this contest against Mexico. It's probably not a surprise to most people. Mexico had a lot of good moments in the first half. They've had some good passages of play here in the second. But really the USA have pretty much turned it up a notch. And as George alluded to, a lot of fast break points off turnovers, and Mexican struggles from three-point range.
I mean, if you give United States a chance to get running and score points after your turnovers, this is an uneven game. We saw one team just really challenge United States for 28 minutes, and that was Turkey. They played a perfect game. They frustrated the United States in the sense that they slowed the game down completely, and they were able to use their fouls very efficiently.
Rudy Gay, well, he can score inside, he can score outside.
That was a really long three-pointer there by Rudy Gay, but nobody was around him, so he just decided to take a shot, and of course he's one of the better shooters on Team USA. This is his strength because he's a power forward.
And beautiful pass, but Cousins just continues to make a contribution on the defensive end. Thompson from the right, drills the three.
Well, I think that Mexico has, in a sense, allowed players that hasn't gotten the chance. It's just a block right here. Like Cousins again against Zamora. Not a chance to go through, and it fired up Kyrie Irving. But I think that Israel Gutierrez is on the floor for the first time in the tournament. So a nice outing there for him against the reigning champs.
No puede llegar de un pase más, pero vete hacia el aro y busca el cuerpo. Correcto. Vale. Vamos mano pecho. Vamos a seguir concentrados, hemos dicho. Si hay situación, cortamos el juego y que jueguen posicional. ¿Lo entendemos o no? Dale. Venga, vamos. Dale, hombre. Dale, fuerte. 1, 2, 3.
asking for a layup, just make sure that you can put a body in the opposing play to get your shot clock. If you're not sure, just pass the ball out to the open man.
Crowd here in Barcelona to watch this first game of the round of 16. And Stoll adds to Mexico's woes from long range.
I don't know if the ball hit the rim, so if the shot clock should have been reset to 24 seconds. I think this is what the discussion is at the moment, the scores table.
16, it's too much. ¿Cuánto quedaba? 11-2, 11-2.
Huh?
11-2.
11.
What's
11?
So they're going to put 11 seconds, I believe, on the shot clock. Mexico might have had another player other than Gutierrez who played in California. Might have had another Paxton player. In fact, Lorenzo Mata, if he's been able to play. He was injured this year. He was a big part of what they did last year. And he played in UCLA.
He was a nice athlete there for them, defensively, very big defensive presence for them underneath the basket, and also a good finisher.
No, 11.
That was a big blow
11,
for the Mexican squad. He got injured.
Once, let's go.
Participate here in the FIBA World Cup.
Okay. 56. Six.
Going to the game, scouted Mexico, certainly jumping to his feet in depth. We're expecting the big three for Mexico, and Dennis, Ion, and Cruz to be the factors, but as they are on the score sheet, there's nobody around them is contributing almost at all.
Cruz came out and put up a few shots, but missed everything. And now Mendez misses. So the foul at midcourt to stop the fast break.
We still got more than 8 minutes to go. So I think that Team Mexico this is a gut check time for them. I mean, they're going to have to show some character and some fighting spirit.
Well, Rudy Gay puts up the three, and it's good for the USA.
This is spelling big time trouble there for Mexico. If the United States start hitting from all positions from downtown, this is going to be a long 8 minutes.
From the corner. And back outside to Ayon. Stoll over to Mendez, and finally a three falls for Mexico.
Finally, Mendez gets a shot in from the outside. He has had so many good looks, and he's from 2 for 8 from the field.
USA attack the rim. Back to Mexico. Turnover, back to the USA, and here comes Rudy Gay! It's going to get kind of easier.
That's an exclamation point. Rudy Gay is laughing because he stole the ball away from DeMarcus Cousins as the big fella was preparing for a monster jam.
Almost a turnover from Mendez. 6 on the shot clock. Bounce pass. Laporta. Uses his body well that time.
This time he did what you're supposed to do. I mean, he just went away against DeMarcus Cousins and was able to protect the shot with an elbow.
Rudy Gay kind of turns to his right. Mesa, entry pass, and Ayon scores, goes to 19 points.
2 points.
Good job by him to get involved in the fast break. Running the floor hard and finishing in the layup. He's up to 19 points at the moment.
Derrick Rose for 3. And Cousins gets the rebound. And go back.
I'll tell you what, I would expect Zamora to at least make a hard foul. He just checked in the game for the first time in the fourth quarter and just allowed Cousins to score in such an easy way.
Stoll. Is out. Ayon with the rebound, pump fake, puts it up, and will go to the line.
I mean, he can really make some nice fakes. He is faking out some U.S. players in the game. I think he's surprising everybody around here.
I tell you, Cousins has been so dominant. It's hard to believe he's only scored 11 points.
Substitution for the USA.
He's 5 for 5 from the field. Perfect. That's a perfect shooting game for DeMarcus Cousins. Went to the bench, played 13 minutes of the game, 5 for 5 from the 2, 1 for 1 from the free throw line.
Gets the free throw to go down. He's had some struggles there today. Andre Drummond and Mason Plumlee into the game for the USA. Along with DeRozan, Klay Thompson, and Kyrie Irving. You know, Kyrie Irving had a nasty spill in their last game against Ukraine right at the end.
That was in the fourth quarter when he fell on his lower back. He was helped off the floor. But I think today he looks fine.
To Plumlee. Thompson. Big Drummond. Step rebound. Back to the USA. Over to Thompson to the right. Bounce pass inside. Or misses, gets the rebounds. Now quickly, Thompson. Pass leads. DeRozan just a little bit too much.
I'll tell you what, Klay Thompson is somewhat struggling from the outside. He's been putting up a lot of shots, but at the moment he's only 4 for 11 from the floor.
And we're going to have stoppage here to get some moisture up off the court.
I want to go back to performance by DeMarcus Cousins. I think this is a really important message there to Coach Krzyzewski, that he can rely on DeMarcus Cousins to be effective around the basket as the tournament goes on. Because the starters, Kenneth Farid and Anthony Davis, they've been superb throughout all the games, but if you have such a strong force coming off the bench, you are making your team so much better.
And the drives in.
2 points, Pedro Mesa.
Cousins played well in Bilbao as well. Essentially, with Reed maybe was just a slight knockdown on what he has been today. Whereas Cousins seems like he's elevated in this game. DeRozan over to Thompson. You know, he's open. Going in.
As you said, it's another shot that Klay Thompson would like. And I think you could see in his face that he just said, oh, finally I'm hitting one.
USA have 5 players in double figures. Curry hasn't played now for several minutes. He's got 20.
I think he's going to be rested for the remainder of the game.
Drives in, ball knocked out of his hands. And Ayon puts it up. So
2 points for
he got a lucky bounce there with that rebound. The right spot, the right moment.
Kyrie Irving.
He is an incredible athlete. I mean, did you see the way he just got up off 1 foot? He's a former track long jumper and high jumper. You see him wide right here.
number 6.
I mean, he can, as Coach Krzyzewski said before, he can run and he can jump with anybody on this team.
Drummond was called for the foul, which is why they've wiped that off. Martinez, the left-hander, hits the jumper. Now Rose. Razzle-dazzle. And the Plumlee, over his shoulder, off of Gutierrez. Rose doesn't seem to be found really. I mean, Coach K says one thing. I don't think he's found his rhythm with the USA team.
Well, I think that as long as Derrick Rose doesn't have his outside shot, he's not going to be as effective as you are used to. And he has not been able to hit his outside shot, so the defense doesn't have to play 100% honest.
Short. Facing it that time. Alley-oop pass to Drummond.
We saw him go hard and Drummond really likes and tries to run the court on a fast break. This time Ione didn't get back.
That's his first 2 points. Jumper out.
I think it was Ione, but it's really crafty hands.
Another turnover for the USA. Giedes.
Number 25, to stop Ione. He certainly rose up to the challenge. I think we have seen him do almost anything. He hit some outside shots, but he was posted up, leading the fast break, getting offensive rebounds. Plumlee. Pass was red. DeRozan comes up with the ball. This three-pointer no good. And Plumlee fouled inside by Mexico's Zamora. Good effort there by Mason Plumlee.
Foul is on number 14.
Fast break finished by Gustavo Ione. 2-on-1 situation.
Got 25 points. His team is into the long end, 84-55 scoreline right now. That may be the last that we see. Some of the other players who have been logging some minutes. Thompson slips down. Now the ball in the hands of Martinez. Mendez. Rebound and stole. Well, it doesn't look like the USA are going to hit the century mark today.
That will be the first time.
They haven't really necessarily, they haven't been going deep into the shot clock either. So you see Martinez. It's up an air ball. Collected by DeRozan. Drummond. Drummond fell down there.
He might have turned his ankle a little bit if I saw that correctly.
Foul is on Andre Drummond, his second.
Yeah, I think he landed a little bit there with his left foot on one of the Mexican players. He seems to be able to walk it off.
Moisture being wiped up here. Final minute of the first round of the 16 game. And somewhat predictably, the USA have got on top of this one early and never really been threatened. A lot to like about Mexico's potential. There's a long three from Martinez.
If you have a player like Gustavo Ione as the centerpiece of your team and he's doing things on the inside, I think that you have a bright upside. If you start hitting the shots from the outside, it can completely change the whole game.
And another easy one for Mexico. Back to
2 points, Roman Martinez.
That'll make it look better in the archive one day when you look back and see what the final score was. You get up to the 60-point mark. Drive down the lane, and Klay Thompson scores with that left hand.
2 points for Klay Thompson.
Let's see if the Mexican team is going to just dribble off the clock, or are they going to try to set up for a last shot in the game?
That's going to be, Stoll's going to put up a three. That's good. 86-63. Where's that three-pointer earlier? Round 16 is how far Mexico goes. They go home. The United States, however, win decisively and march into the quarterfinals. The USA have come to Spain as the defending champions. They won the FIBA, they won the world title back in 2010, and now they are 3 wins away from repeating. I dare say the next 3 games are going to be pretty tricky for them. They see the stats from three-point range.
Listos para los próximos años, para que vean que trabajando se pueden lograr cosas. No estamos muy lejos de estos equipos, no estamos lejos. Hay que prepararnos toda la temporada y descansar cuando tengamos que descansar para venir estos torneos al 100%. He jugado, cabrón. ¡Dale! ¡1, 3!
The only thing that Mexico was able to stay with the United States just because of
Curry had the 20 points. Leon had the 25, a game high. He's got 8 rebounds. Curry doing a lot of his damage from the three-point range.
and he did it in only 25 minutes. Let's not forget that. I mean, he was dead effective when he was on the floor.
He's 6 of 9 from Shane Davis, 2 blocks. So he was the defensive for the USA. It's the first round of 16 game. A lot more to come here from Spain, the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
And the dunk for 2 points. And at the end of the third quarter, 2 points. 2 points for Gustavo Ayala. 2 points.